But there was a slightly different meta that had evolved, and Nivea rose in priority, and Kira's relatively proficient on that champion.
And if you have Karsa, do you want to put him on a Mundo? Do you want to put him on Lee Sin instead of something where he can shine, really? I want to see what they want to do.
Yeah, and also at the same time, like, Ziv is a great gangplank player as well. There's plenty of other, like, great top priority solo lane champions out there, and pitching things down is, I think, really important.
Well, poor old Westdoor never gets to have fun. Fizzband, TF is open for him. Not that he looked too great on it yesterday. I guess, you know, we might see the Mundo first pick anyway, because they still left up.
Well, teams will have to decide. What else have we seen banned out from these respective teams we're not seeing yet? Cassidy was a target, with Mundo now removed again.
Yeah, I think it's the right choice for LMS to ban that champion away. You talk about champion pools and Nivea being good against it, what kind of players are going to play what kind of champions. GP being removed by IWC, I think also smart as a sort of reaction to that. And now, the question is, I want to know if Westdoor is going to want to play Lulu here, because I still think with Ziv and Karsa being that good, getting a snowball top lane or getting him rolling is a big deal. It's
also a denial from Kira. Kira and the CIS squad have first picked an early pick Lulu, often, especially when Vayne and Tom are available for selection as well.
But that's been the weird thing, because when they play their Protect Lex comp, it never really did anything because Lex fell behind in lane, and he's most likely going to do it again, or we have seen it from time to time. The bottom lane has been the weakest point for this team. So there's no reason to protect that AD carry if he's not going to get ahead in the laning phase anyway. It just sets you too far behind.
Well, we'll see if the laning phase turns out okay. They know the Morgana's already in there, so you can think about support matchups already, unless that's, for some reason, solo lane Morg. Karsa looking at what he wants to play. His Nidalee was definitely super great. We might see her played in the Assassin mode later on. Lee Sin going to be the pickup, though, so hoping to replicate amazing success from yesterday and a big playmaking early game jungler.
That's what we talked about.
Yep.
Give Karsa a champion where he can jump around, carry the game. I mean, you can carry on Mundo. It just looks very boring. I mean, you just run in, you hit the guy once, and then he kind of dies, and then you move on.
Wow. You hit them a few times if you're Dr. Mundo, but for Karsa, that Lee Sin could be impactful because when CIS have looked good, it's been in their individual plays. We've not really seen a whole lot from DimaJke's ganking necessarily.
He's kind of lost on the map.
But he's trying to find his way. Maybe some backline protection with this Kindred, especially if they had a Ziggs. You've got a lot of range, a lot of poke, even some defensive peel.
Sure. But either way, you've got two really good buffing supports right here. This sets up for a long range, like a high auto attack uptime AD carry here. So BeBe is actually incredibly well supported. The one downside being there's no real tank on this team right now, and unless Westdoor again is going to play Lulu, he doesn't play tanks either.
That is very true, and BeBe has played a lot of Tristana leading up to the tournament. He picked it in the 1v1 as well as the only guy. Sadly for him, he lost in the first round. I believe it was to Koro on the Urgot.
Yep, taking the tower shots, in fact. Tad over-aggressive. This time around, going to sit a little further back. The makings of a wombo combo with Malphite and Misfortune. That Malphite worked out very well for Dyrus yesterday. But Deficio,
I feel like every time Misfortune comes into the meta and she becomes strong again, every team is like wombo combo. I mean, we just have to try and build a wombo combo, let the MF shine, and it happens so rarely because it's very hard to coordinate it and set it up properly. Even though you have like Malphite ulti, Morgana ulti, and everything to try and lock people down, the other team is just not going to group as 5 and allow you to do them. Unless, of course, we see mistakes from LMS.
Sure, but of course you're looking at the types of champions picked up right there, right? Cass and Hover, Lucian, pretty dynamic as well. And yeah, okay, you've got a team that's actually pretty good at spreading around then and you know, trying to flank, trying to get these oddball positionings. Of course, the problem is that the Malphite that's normally has a pretty hard time staying in lane, as time goes on, you can outscale his defenses in the one-on-one matchup and kind of double down and killing off tanks. Lulu's not that kind of champion. Lulu's not really going to push Malphite around after the first 5 levels here, and now you don't get a lot of split push games. Is Cass ever going to get enough damage to kill off a Malphite? You'll probably run out of mana first. So even dealing with that split push and getting rid of the tank, I think, is very unlikely.
Of course, for the LMS, they have rounded out their composition. A lot of mobility,
combo.
A lot of flanking, but there's no real front line. So if by some miracle CIS can get a strong advantage, they can use that Kindred Malphite to sit in the front line. But Kira has played a Nivea in the past, has played Victor in Melbourne. Gonna look for a control mage most likely. And it would again just give a little bit more tools for Ice to play with, have some pick potential from the Flash Frost or the Dark Binding.
And I do really like Anivia here just as the queen of wave clear in the mid lane. It just kind of guarantees that LMS have even less avenues to split push, to get aggressive actions done, and it further funnels the team towards having to fight for Dragons, having to fight for Barons, which is what IWC wants to do here with this kind of misfortune Malphite composition.
I mean, when I look at this LMS comp, they're basically saying, okay, we know the bottom lane for the wildcard team is the weakest so far. Lex and Dimonko have not been doing too well. Not that BeBe and Olleh has really been winning their lane either. But you get Lucian, Nami, you have a Lee Sin that potentially can go bot lane and camp it, less wards on the side stone and so on. There will be openings. They might just try and bully their bot lane, win it, move on, because top lane is obviously going to be fairly boring, just Lulu and Malphite wave playing against each other.
Until Smurf teleports and gets an unstoppable force team fight. That's when the action's going to kick up.
Ward.
No, only the top tier top laners pull those moves.
Hey, he retired. You were gonna like poke fun at a retired player. Oh, you misplayed. Yeah, he's not playing the game as much
It was
anymore.
prediction. I actually liked it because if the teleport wasn't cancelled, it would have been glorious.
If.
Yeah, hindsight is 20/20 vision.
Always.
But again, reminder of where we are with points. Team Ice currently 450 points, whereas Team Fire is sitting on a healthy 400. This match is worth another 100. So touching distance for Team Fire to Team Ice. One of these teams will pick up their first and only win from the round robin stage. Will it be hashtag Fire win or hashtag Ice win? Got a thumbs up from Deficio on Ice win.
So I did it. No. That you did the hashtags. That's what I gave the thumbs up for.
Okay.
When I tried to do it 2 days ago, I messed it up completely, and LoLiSport had to make fun of me.
Oh yeah, when you did a hashtag Team Ice win and hashtag Team
Kobe
Fire
did
win.
it after. That's even worse.
Oh yeah, you guys are both just
It
not
actually
very smart.
is worse because
You're
we
not
made
very
fun of
smart
you
people.
together.
Yeah,
So-
color commentators just not as intelligent.
Loading up onto the Rift and nothing exciting on our inventories just yet.
What are you talking about?
Cookies.
There's 5 yellow trinkets per team.
Yeah, and
It's really bright.
touche. I'll keep an eye
They
on
gotta speed up to get through the stoplight in time.
those Keystone Masteries and see if anything stands out. Thunderlords for Ziv up in that top lane on Lulu.
Oh, 8 gold. 8 gold again. Cash money overflow.
Oh, another +8.
Did Olleh not run Bandit? Because he didn't get 3 gold for auto attacking there.
Do not believe so. We'll find out, getting observers to update us with the
It's true, I can check myself.
We'll get there shortly.
He's next up.
So, Deficio, standard lanes. Are you expecting this Lucian Nami to have a little bit of fun with Misfortune Morgana?
I mean, whenever Nami's being played, you're always expected to win lane. Especially if you have real Nami skills. Press E on your AD carry. Press W on the enemy. And then you kind of just wait and let your AD carry do all the work. In this case, LMS have a strong 2v2 lane, but MF is just such a beast as well in the laning phase. You have to be careful. And Westdoor falling behind in lane, minions just spawn.
That's really a bad start. Kira like massively outplayed him with the Q over the wall. And he's still hitting him up too.
Yeah, it's not over yet, freak.
He's playing a little bit of minion aggro though. Okay. Wow, this is actually really bad. And Kira has Ignite, so Westdoor chugging on a Corruption Potion will get back up to like half, but...
Westdoor has TP. If he needs to go back early, return, but obviously he wants to try and save it for when he can go back and potentially get a Catalyst.
This is good for Fire already. It's already good for them. They've triggered Thunderlords once, but they're just a better fighting team overall. Early level of Tremendous Soul really does almost nothing.
And of course, for Olleh, he's in fact running Thunderlord's Decree with Dangerous Game, not Bandits.
Obviously the pool at level 1, the reason you take it now is because it will proc the Thunderlords very quickly. Is it half a second tick? All the way
so
up.
if you stand in it for a full second, because it ticks immediately on cast, and then another full second for the next 2 ticks, it's very easy for Thunderlords on Morgana.
Small lane advantage here to
this is
BeBe
Nami
and Olleh,
lane.
as you expect. So Kira gets an advantage in the mid lane. Westdoor's not backed yet. BeBe and Olleh, they pull themselves up in the bottom lane, and we're anticipating the Farm Fest to continue up top. So
if you look at the lanes,
get involved.
This is the kind of game where you feel like there's going to be no roaming at all, outside of maybe a TP from a Malphite or Lulu, but Westdoor's going to sit and farm and be pushed down. Kira's going to just constantly be a pain, always push it into his tower. Bot lane, Morgana and Nami, not the greatest roaming supports in that sense. Morgana can go mid and like pull up a gank, but you don't want to really invade the jungle. DimaJke is here for the first gank, a little bit too predictable though.
Yeah, he gave Fire enough time to start walking backwards. If he had waited long enough for DimaJke to land a red buff slow or an E slow, it's much easier to set up the Dark Flying and actually get that kill there.
If Kira can keep winning mid lane though, it opens up for Kindred to walk into the enemy jungle. We can see the first mark was near the Raptor camp. And sadly, poor DimaJke disappeared.
Yeah, killed off by Karsa, I believe. He's cleared, done a full path, with the exception of that blue buff up top.
Very early, he's mid. He's obviously waiting for the wave to push all the way out.
Right, and Westdoor's already TP'd back in. Okay, so yeah, he has his flask charges back again, but this will be an eventual gank.
So much about jungle timing though. You see he's down bot lane, looks at the gank, says, okay, it can happen. Goes and takes a Rift Scuttler. As a jungler, then you gotta make the decision. Do I have time to go take Brom, return to mid lane? He did have time to do that at least, and then he could have been here now, where the wave is pushing out and Westdoor is sitting in the middle of the lane. But he went early to mid lane, waited, realized I'm not getting anything, had to then back away, and now he just misses out on a possible game.
Yeah, and right then, Westdoor went to the top side of his lane to go ward with, like, put a ward in the brush, and that would have been him being in range to
Rift Scuttler fight.
Let's take a look. DimaJke
It is marked.
is marked, but I don't think he's going to be able to get in a range shot without a contest. So Karsa will secure the Rift Scuttle down bottom. Olleh's going to find the bubble onto Lex. Lex will take some shots from BeBe and be forced to flash and heal. Lane dominance still in favor of LMS, and that was single-digit HP.
Yeah, that was really dangerous, but you can see the power of a Nami Lucian lane. Just, you have on-demand, pretty much unmissable damage, and kind of doubling down on that ability, right? Dash forward into the double sort of slow shot. It's just a lot of dominance, and if the bottom lane can ever get off the ground for IWC, that's a good sign. If they're low level, kaSing gets free kills down there.
What we've seen the other two games for IWC, when they fall behind, then DimaJke is looking for ganks, not always timing it too well with the rest of the team, and then they rely on Kira or Smurf to like make an outplay. Problem is kaSing is gonna hit level 6. MadLife is never really gonna kill a Lulu. So you have to make plays as a team. Smurf showing he knows how to farm.
That was like actually perfect. That was super impressive.
Went through a lot of mana, but worth.
Super
Some
worth.
golf claps from the audience, shoutcasters included. Smurf is actually teleported into lane, so that's on cooldown. Ziv appears to be running after pushing out bottom. He was going to do a decent trade after being chunked out, and support from DimaJke comes up. But TP advantage to Lulu, getting closer to wild growth as well. And Smurf will recall after pushing out as well, so slower tempo.
Ziv's basically this wave away from being level 6, so his playmaking is going to definitely shoot up when that happens.
Karsa is down bot lane now. We talked about this, how, you know, play around bot lane if you're LMS. You're just going to win this lane 2v2, put the jungle lane, push the tower maybe, and kind of snowball the game. There's no flash for Lex, no heal either.
It's not. The tight ball is blessing actually more off there on Olleh's Nami. Karsa still chilling. There's not a whole lot else to do other than farming that jungle, but Lex and Dimonko playing it safe. Flash, 1/3 of the cooldown has started to regen.
Yeah, I mean, all said and done, it's only a 200 gold lead here for LMS right here, so dominant lanes or not, it's not really the hugest difference right now, and you've still got a team-fighting team that's been allowed to more or less survive their lanes.
I feel like we might be in for a slightly longer laning phase as well. Unless somebody makes a mistake or Lex can get punished.
Nobody wants to go 0-3.
No.
So you got two teams here who want to represent Team Fire, Team Ice. They want to help out, especially now that Team Ice is falling behind the 1v1 tournament. And luckily we have Froggen left to maybe take it all the way.
Especially when there was so much hype for Kira in the 1v1 tournament. You know, he won in Melbourne, the reason that the CIS squad is here. So let's see if...
Almost named him Russian Fig. Almost.
Let's see, he's putting a lot of work in this mid lane. Got a CS advantage over Westdoor. That's their catalyst as well, so... Solid tempo.
I don't think DimaJke has gotten a single mark yet, because every time it was either the Raptor Camp or the Rift Scuttler, Karsa was there first, cleared it out. And he's obviously not been able to pull off any ganks, no first blood yet. He's been kind of slow farming and warding in the river.
Let's see if we can find any in the next few minutes. I do believe he actually just picked up the first one in the river.
Damn.
So 7 minutes in. Thank you, production and observers. But take a look up top. DimaJke is coming in for the gank. Unstoppable forces available, and it's been used. Ziv flashes it. Gets away. Good reaction time.
He had time to spare as well. MadLife was like halfway there and he'd already booked it, so yeah, good luck getting the drop on Ziv.
Karsa's behind him. He's level 6 as well.
This could be a ton of damage. Oh, goodbye. First blood. And DimaJke had chosen to hunt Karsa as the first mark, but looks like the hunter became the hunted.
Oh, Lex is in so much trouble, but he manages to flash away. The bubble will get blocked by the black shield, and BeBe and Olleh, they win the 2v2, forcing away Dimonko and Lex once again.
Definitely not been an easy start for DimaJke on this Kindred. Not been able really to put his mark on the game. Ends up dying as well up top when he's going for a gank. Karsa sneaks up behind him and level above him and then just destroys him.
There is a choice I really like that was made here from Ziv. I know Frost Queen's claim is sort of fairly standard on some mages, but the fact that he rushed it here in a lane where it's going to be pretty uneventful outside of like dodging occasional Malphite ults, he's getting his farm on really early with his Frosting already there.
What? Oh.
That was weird looking.
Westdoor gets stuck in the map door.
He needed a door. He went out to the west side of it, but I don't know.
Still in this lure. You talked about it before, Free.
Yeah.
Before you ruined everything.
What did I talk about?
The Frost Queen's claim on Lulu. Normally we then see Rod of Ages come in second.
Yes.
Because obviously it replaces Morello. You get more cooldown, or you get some cooldown reduction now from it, not to 20%, but 10% at least. So it kind of makes up for it a little bit. And you can still go Rod of Ages. You can see the catalyst is completed for Ziv, and he's just been basically pushing the lane as is expected. Yeah. Against a Malphite who's going to stand there and do absolutely nothing.
And of course, with that first blood and fairly strong start for LMS, they've actually built up a 2,000 gold lead before 10 minutes. Olleh's going to start the engage. Dimonko's in trouble. There is support. The bubble will catch DimaJke out of these dance of arrows. Kira is trying again, round 2. We're not going to lock Westdoor in just yet. And it's LMS, it's slow and steady, but they're clawing ahead. They've got a tower, they've got a kill. They're accelerating their gold leads.
Interesting ult there by BeBe. Didn't land anything for the first bit of it, and then pressed E and he got a little bit closer in. But yeah, the bot lane is just like, they're grasping at straws here. You're seeing pretty much constant max range dark bindings from Dimonko, which feel useless. He's wasting a cooldown and a bunch of mana on really not gaining anything out of it. It's almost better to hold that cooldown to prevent all-ins, and he's just fishing and, you know, coming up with car tires every time.
Lonely boots. Kira's out of mana. DimaJke's coming in from behind, and Karsa's actually found him first. No, Wolf's Frenzy rather goes down, and Karsa's going to ward hop away. He's still got flash. Kira cannot help because he does not have the ability to use abilities. Small roam from Lex and Dimonko in the event of further aggression, but they don't find it. Even Ziv roamed down, so there was a party in the mid lane, and everyone was invited.
We need to see Wildcard here, or IWC team soon. So you know what, laning phase is over. We're losing top lane, we're losing bot lane, getting some farm mid, but that's about it. The tower's not really going down.
Yeah.
Use that Malphite TP, create a teamfight bot lane, have the MF ulti, have ulti from Morgana, and like try and take those two guys and take a tower. Because again, you're slowly just allowing LMS to farm up. And we know LMS is a team who loves to teamfight later on.
Yeah, it's true. But yeah, getting activations out of these slower champions, right? Malphite has to use ult for anything to happen. Like, Misfortune's losing lane already. She needs someone to set up for her to get anything done. And Dimonko going for max range bindings isn't that. So, yeah, you're right. Someone needs to do something to set up this game, or the slow bleed continues.
And the standard trick is you place a ward in your bottom lane push down towards the enemy tower. You can see there's a blue ward from Team Fire here, but that's not enough for the Wildcard team. They need to have their own ward here so you can TP behind them. Nami's always going to step forward and go aggressive to try and trade with you. TP in. I mean, that's a free kill. There's nothing she can do to survive. And Lulu, if she follows, it's kind of meh when a Lulu TPs, compared to a Malphite at least.
On the assumption Malphite can hit that unstoppable force.
I mean, Olleh is dead in a second if you go down there with TP.
Well, he does have flash. Ziv does not yet. Still waiting to catch that one back up. And look down at the bottom lane. Dark binding. That connects. Bullet time being channeled. Black Shield's not going to help you. Tidal Wave will interrupt, but BeBe's looking for Dimonko. Flash over from Kira. BeBe's going to get dunked. And the roam from the Frostbird picks up a kill.
Slow and steady. No TP Malphite ult. We just roam down with the Nivea instead. Finally, LMS gets punished in the bottom lane. Westdoor, not the greatest trade in the world.
What is the opportunity cost for that? So Kira's still up 10 CS, got himself a kill, and he's stacking his Rod of Ages.
No, that was totally fine. That was actually a well-executed gank by Ice because they had the jungler already ready to hold farm in the mid lane, and especially when that scales nicely, like a Kindred who's going to make a lot of use out of this gold. No, that was a well-executed roam. And maybe it comes down and the jungler holds. It was perfect.
We got the ward down in the bush now in the bottom lane too even. So we can have TP next time. Kira needs to be careful in mid though.
Let's have a look. There's support from Dimonko. And Westdoor and Karsa back away.
Dimonko really wants to play in hard mode. It's always max range to try and fire the binding. Did connect one onto Olleh in the bottom lane. But that basically has been it for him.
IWC made up 500 gold with that kill. Some additional CS. They're still behind. But it doesn't feel like it's growing away.
TP bot, kill them, take bot lane tower, go dragon if you want to. Cassidy has no wave there in mid lane, so once you take bot lane tower, you switch your AD carrying support into mid lane, you take that tower as well, then suddenly you start speeding up the game. Obviously the issue is these towers have been standing and getting armor and magic resist for like the last 14 minutes. So the outer turrets are harder to take down now compared to 521 or the Worlds patch we were playing on. But then the next layer of towers can go down even quicker if you start speeding up the game.
Now Smurf is back. He's sitting on teleport as well. That play you were hoping for to Fisher.
Well, they just swept the bush, I think.
Yeah, he has no deep wards literally at all. The deepest wards they have are actually still on their own side of the river, so he'd have to go for one of those stretch ults. And you can see the MLS players were able to flash them before. One thing I do want to point out as well, by the way, is Olleh got a tier on Nami. That seems pretty inefficient in my mind, but the eventual Seraph's Embrace will be a lot of ability power.
That is definitely
playing for the long game.
I don't think they need to. Like, I just get a second Frost Queen's Flame and go pick people off because you've actually got a really good, like, your team is good at picking people off. You've got a Tidal Wave, you've got Kulung, you've got a Cassidy. Like, this entire lineup is good at these, like, 3-on-3 fights, and getting double Frost Queens in 20 minutes actually is really good.
If you want mana region, go Meteos, because there's like a Nami.
Or Frost Queens, because it's
go Frost
a ton
Queens
of mana.
into Meteos, and then like that's your mana region. You never really need the tier. You can then cleanse a binding or whatever if it should connect, or Nivea stun.
Kira's doing decent trades there in the mid lane, but Westdoor's also got Rod, also got his Ionian Boots of Lucidity. He's clawed back the CS, he's fallen behind. DimaJke, he wants to try get another one of those marks, I believe. Where is it? No, it's the top Scuttle Crab, not the bottom one. But Karsa's at good control of the Scuttles, actually. Most of the time we're looking in the river, and it's Karsa that's securing the kill credit.
It's always there first, gets the first trade down, and keep in mind, Lee Sin can kick you out of your ult if you're the Kindred. So you might feel safe at first, you pop it, then he kicks you out and you die anyway, right after from that. So it is a bit tricky to play the 1v1 matchup. DimaJke has been focusing on farming more than anything.
Yeah, but still, it's the same 2,000 gold deficit, and we can see maybe the next round of playmaking can happen here as Karsa roams around.
This is risky with
Westdoor's coming down too.
TP.
But they can still outnumber him.
He's gonna step over the ward, starts to kill it. Dark Binding connects. Teleport's coming in from Ziv, and Lex's bullet time is good. Tidal Wave will get dodged by Lex. The first kill is secured. Unstoppable Force under the tower. Lex is killed as well. LMS are gonna get themselves 3 with 0 casualties. Westdoor gets out with 200 hit points, and Kira cannot clean up.
Wow, TPing in to die. Smurf late to the party. Could have maybe turned around, especially after a great bullet time from Lex, but LMS this time gets the roam off pretty cleanly. 3 kills.
So important that Westdoor walks down as well and joins the fight, and really this almost destroys the wildcard team, because now you don't have that TP you can
use it here.
Play. Now DimaJke is gonna die. So Smurf is no teleport, he can't go bot lane and make that play we talked about. Kind of lost his chance there. He's also gonna build fairly squishy because he went for some MR and now he goes for Iceborne Gauntlet, so he's not even gonna be that hard to take down, especially as the team is falling behind. But very important that Westdoor is joining. There's 5 members. Kira still sitting in mid lane. You see Kindred in mid as well.
Yeah.
Great executed dive. Good bobble from Olleh. Smurf comes in a little bit too late.
And the big thing for me was that Ziv was already on this screen when Smurf just started his teleport. So a full 4-second window of getting to do stuff and picking 2 people off before the Malphite ult was ever even a factor. That's a really big deal. When you're a tank who doesn't do much damage and needs to set up for your team, your team's already dead, you become useless.
That results in a 4,000 gold difference, almost, between LMS and IWC. Team Fire and LMS now starting off Dragon. No real contest here from the CIS squad, so can extend the objective lead even further.
And if the LMS team can win this game, this puts so much pressure on Team Ice when it comes to the assassin mode we have, the fun mode tomorrow, and then obviously the EU LCS team is already qualified for the final, where you can get 300 points. You're gonna have to win that if Team Ice is gonna win this tournament. Otherwise, Team Fire is gonna get so many points coming in also from the 1v1 tournament.
Yeah, best case scenario is plus 200 points for winning the one-on-one and putting Froggen in only top 4. So yeah, a lot of points can surge in. Right now it's this game, and it's Smurf getting chased down by Westdoor, and he's been held so far back that Westdoor will get the permanent chase with help from Ziv.
It's not over yet. Kira's going to get booted away, egged by Karsa. He's going to decide to back from safety, maybe.
He can't do enough damage in time.
Can't kill the egg. Down bottom, actually, you can see Culling's been used by BeBe. They've taken the tower. DimaJke gets turned into a snowman. Lance comes out.
Oh, they missed.
Westdoor may take some.
Kira's out of mana.
Yeah, can't keep that one up.
Yeah, they can push mid, though.
Tower should fall, going low. No commit here from the LMS team, though.
They're too weak. They only have the one ranged champion in Ziv there. It's just not enough to really defend. He can poke, that's cool, but it would require the AD carry, and BeBe's still bottom lane.
You already got the bot lane tower, though. You gotta kill up top lane, you gotta pass it from Kira. LMS definitely getting enough and in just absolute control of this game here. Always gotta respect the wombo combo, though. If you overextend, go Baron call or whatever you caught in the Baron pit and you die to MF ulti, can happen. Very good now. Westdoor 3 kills as well.
Yeah, 3-0-2. Lichbane getting closer. 2 items that really synergize with Castellan's kit. As far as LMS and Team Fire, this is the game that puts them in the points lead. As you mentioned, Ziv, not going to get stunned up. Crystallized Wolf and Kira just maybe a tad too far over. But look how low that tower has gone from the repeated pressure over the last 2 minutes.
That's an Anivia lane, right? They finally wore Kira out of resources well enough, dying or not, just venturing out of mana, now gets his own blue buff. That last couple of hits won't actually be that hard to do. And you can see, late to the party, had to roam down for his blue buff. I don't think he could realistically defend this now, and there goes the turret.
All out of turret. Tier 2 towers are still a little bit weaker than before at this point. Once Team Fire pushes further in. And we get that Lula build as well, the Rod of Ages, the Frost Queens, it's so good. You wanted to go Rod of Ages before even at the Worlds patch, but then you lacked some cooldown reduction, it was a little bit annoying. Now you get enough of it. And Rod of Ages obviously is such a good item now. And Lulu is just fantastic, because when AD carries are so insane on 3 items, plus Lulu, yeah. I mean, you just close your eyes and you can really avoid carrying the game with an AD carry at that point.
I wish it was that easy. Rebels are not going to find anything. LMS are going to be forced to defend. The Culling gets channeled, as does the Tidal Wave. Sonic Wave has found Kira. He's got no egg, remember. DimaJke is going to be backing away. Lamb's Respite is available, not yet used. Smurf is in trouble. They finally put it down. And BeBe, he's been caught, but you can't die in Respite. He dashes away. They've traded kills. ADC is down for LMS, and it's a retreat from the Steel. He's looking for 4. That's the Quadra. Looking for the
Westdoor! 8-0-2 picks up a massive end of the team fight. This will mean so much now for LMS, pushing in at least the tier 2.
All these small fights in the start of that team fight there, and Westdoor's just waiting, he's waiting, and then he sees one weak target, jumps in, gets 1 kill, and keeps going. Cassidy is getting out of control. He got out of control.
Yeah, I mean, he held up pretty much equal in lane against the Nivea despite a pretty rough start. The jungle ganks never quite landed. Then he got part of 3 kills on a roam and finally cashed in on all of it here.
So, need to see DimaJke's ulti as well, because they did catch BeBe, but he couldn't die due to the Kindred ulti. So first, Westdoor staying really far out. He does deal some damage. Well played from him here. Karsa goes down. He gets some sort of a wombo combo. It's unknown to BeBe though. He doesn't die from it. Now everyone is so low from Team Ice, and that's where Castellan likes to be. Jumps in, jumps out. It's all planned though. Now the bounty is really high. Get that 1 kill.
It's been on 5 stacks for a long time, so some of that actually got thrown to waste.
I didn't say it was a good plan.
Oh, okay.
just the grand plan.
Team's turret has been destroyed.
Well, the goal difference between Westdoor and Kira, around 3,000. That Lichbane completed, another needlessly large rod picked up. He is just going to squash anything he jumps on. Look how squishy Dimonko, Lex, and DimaJke are.
Oh yeah.
Westdoor's going to eat them alive.
Ahead Kassadin against a team with literally only one tank. It's pretty much the epitome of a field day here in League of Legends. Anyone that Westdoor looks at will have a terrible time surviving. Even Smurf stopped for Iceborne Gauntlet partway through, so he's not even that tanky against a mage either.
And like MF, if you get to wombo combo, it feels fantastic, but you're kind of stunning yourself against the Kassadin who's just going to jump. Your Smurf is in big trouble because Westdoor
Is he
is
going
on
to go
his
for the
way.
kill? Westdoor's hunting. Oh, this should be an easy kill.
He misses the E. Says, who needs skill shots? Actually, Smurf.
Oh, he didn't get stunned.
Here's the plan that Deficio is talking
Westdoor.
about.
Step one now.
The plan has been executed.
We get some profit. They get some gold for the Wildcard team. They are now chasing top.
And now DimaJke's got to be careful. Puts up the Lamb's Respite and gets pretty much nothing out of it. Makes the team walk backwards, but now he's got half a health bar. So he won't die too easily. Ziv now wants his turn against Kira. It's 45 CDR Lulu, by the way, so lots of shields, lots of movement, but Kira doing a really good job. The shield! Oh! Doesn't need it yet.
So slow on that
He
cue.
knew he could get away. It's not even a problem.
Yep. Hashtag
Team
word.
fire.
Throws up the emblem for good measure.
So slow start to the game, then a pentakill, then we get the bounty.
Is this the comeback?
Next step
No.
is you need Westdoor back up to tier 5. You can kill him again.
Yep.
'Cause right now he's
90
on
gold a person. He's on tier 2,
Tier
so it's
2
only
now.
like 40-ish.
Deficio,
I
I'm
just
not
took the
quite
mouse on the
sure.
program screen. I'm not sure why.
I'm not quite sure your
My spectator.
your strategies here are that sound.
Are you telling
the
me my
reason-
Diamond 5 strategies doesn't work in pro play?
There's a
Exactly.
reason Deficio is no longer playing.
Yeah.
There's a lot of reasons.
Ziv's flashing for DimaJke. Black Shield is up. That will slow down the kill. But it may not be enough to stop it. Culling will be absorbed by Smurf, and Westdoor's looking for Kira. He eats a Flash Frost. Unstoppable Force throws up Olleh, and BeBe gets a full channel on the bullet time. Kira is getting egged, and he's dropped. It's a 1-for-1 support for mid. Dimonko's in full retreat, and BeBe's having a field day. He's got the second kill of the fight. Lex will get turned to next. They've traded at least Ziv's life back, but it will not be enough, and only Smurf survives.
I think in the end the CIS team missed Malphite ulti onto Westdoor. The MF ulti maybe only hit 1 or 2 targets as well.
Yeah, didn't do enough damage, certainly. It's also weird that Lex went for an auto-attack focus build when your team is really this far behind. You need to wombo combo. He went for a Zeal item second instead of the Piece of Infinity Edge, just to further up the ulti damage. We can watch it here.
See it again. So LMS is very, very close together. There's 4 members here. He only gets 1, I believe. And then
Yeah.
MF ulti is only onto Olleh. Everyone else is just staying out of range. So in the end, you lack damage.
And BeBe just able to jump right in and do whatever he wants. Now all the scary crowd control, really all the damage is dead, so happy to easily dance around. And look at how far ahead BeBe is also. It's another low attack speed build. It's max CDR with like +9, like 170 attack damage. Just run around dashing and killing everyone.
And if he does it, Westdoor will.
Yeah.
Both solo laners for the LMS have got their teleports available. Smurf does as well, but we'll see whether or not LMS opt to push down those side lanes. Pretty good vision, bottom half of the map.
Olleh got 400 mana on his tier. He's not even been close to going out of mana at any point.
All right, the desperation Baron. Down to 5,000 hit points. Everybody from IWC is, teleports coming in from Ziv, and the wall will slow things down, but Dimonko, he's split off. Karsa gets it! They get themselves 2 kills, and Westdoor is hunting. Lex will be the next one to fall. As Kira is running for his life with no mana and nowhere to go. It is donezo for IWC and the CIS.
Another ace on a Baron steal. This has just gotten worse and worse. LMF now, like their tags, on fire in the late game, and they can go and maybe take an inhibitor finally.
Well, top lane in a turret is going to get crushed down. 2 Lich Banes and this very bomb, very fed Lucian.
This is a frail inhib turret. Easy to take that one down. Now only Dimonko right now alive. The Kindred's
Don't
up
do
in
it
2.
now.
Easy and hit pickup.
Yeah, and minion wave in the bottom, shoved in by BeBe, is going to be 2 of them. Hell, they can even go to the bottom lane.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Just take the entire base down right now.
17,000 gold advantage.
Not part of the plan.
Not part of the
18,000
plan.
gold advantage. No turrets, no dragons, no barons, only 6 kills for IWC. 0 globals from the red team.
Teleport being channeled here by Westdoor. He's going to arrive and immediately back away, but the tower is a couple of hits away. He gets 1 or 2 more auto attacks before that relentless pursuit out.
They just gotta try and fight now.
Yeah.
I mean, you just try and go all in with the Malphite. Super minions are coming.
Do it, Karsa.
Ignore the minions, man. Just go for the fight.
Culling comes down. Dimonko's being chunked. The tidal wave will not pop the shield. Sonic wave catches a minion, does not find a target. And the 3rd inhibitor falls. Team Fire and the LMS, they're setting themselves up to finish the game. They're on to the first Nexus turret free.
Sub 30 minutes, they're on the turrets number 1 and 2. A bunch of minions coming in from every single possible lane here. Ice holding on as best they can. They've got Malphite in front with ulti. But look how well Fire are spread out.
I don't think there's anything they can do though, Freak. LMS are just waiting for those super minions to funnel into the lane. Look at Smurf's hit points, it's being dropped down. He's gonna need to use that unstoppable, but
maybe a slight misstep there by Karsa, but it just doesn't matter. Still under 30 minutes onto the Nexus. Ulti gets a couple. BeBe's a little bit low, but the minion's still too much to deal with. Lamb's respite guarantees it, and there's the game. LMS on the board.
Team Fire take the lead. 500 points to the 450 of Team Ice.
It's scary now. I mean, the CIS team did lose the final at the Wildcard All-Star as well to the Turkish team. They lost 3-1 in their best out of 5. It was the 1v1 tournament they did really well in. Here they got to the quarterfinals, did manage to move on, so they've been struggling to get points on the board for Team Ice.
Yep.
It's scary though. If you do the math, Team Fire have got a minimum of plus 100 points if they lose every one of their matches, because they have 3 players from the 1v1.
Yeah, sure.
And if Froggen